All right, welcome back to the Survival and Basic Badass Podcast after show. I don't know. We had that big election. I feel like it's a big thing going on. We may as well talk about it, right?
That's right.
Kevin, there are a lot of young people who are very upset right now out there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I feel like things are changing. Things are improving for the better. I think that people that are concerned about uh, sexual freedom, people that are
Oh,
concerned about same-sex marriages and stuff, don't have anything to worry about anymore. I know that the person we just elected president was pantomiming sucking dick a week before the election. I don't really,
so
not really clear on what was going on there, but apparently he is in support of men sucking dicks. So
all
that
right,
is
there you
that is
go.
good news.
I'm not sure that's what it.
Is that not what he meant?
I
What's he doing there?
I don't know,
Why was he
Kevin.
doing that?
I don't even know where to go when you throw that one at me.
I mean, he seems like he's out of his fucking mind. So I mean, whatever. I guess that's good for America. We'll see how long he lasts before he really starts losing his shit.
Kevin, are you going to get a bunch of hateful comments?
Yeah, I think so. I'm hoping so. Let's see what we can do. Preppingbadass@gmail.com. Let me know.
Attention, Kevin.
Attention, Kevin. Send me your
Attention,
hate mail.
Kevin.
hmm
Send the hate mail. Ay, ay,
I
ay.
mean, I'm not the one that was pretending to suck dick. I'm not. I don't know why you're mad at me.
Kevin, this is why the show always gets derailed.
Well, I
Like
mean,
we have
after
the
show, I feel like I can derail things as much as I need to.
yeah that's a freedom. That's your safe space.
Yeah, that's. Yeah. What do
Yeah,
you think?
I think there's a lot of people out there crying. They're very scared. I don't know what they're scared of. I think the presidency has very limited powers, and I think that's something that people need to realize. That there's not a lot he can do to, upset the individual. I guess the big thing is people are worried about what's going to be paid for or not. Like I don't know. I don't know what else they would be worried about. I know abortion's a big thing, and the whole my body. And there were a lot of things on the ballot, but actually a lot of the states that had things on the ballot ended up going with protecting abortion in the various states. So if that's your goal, then they seemed okay with that. Like that was um, a big thing. A lot of states had measures on the ballot that would protect or amend the state constitutions to protect abortion. That was one of the big things. I am a little curious about why the Democrats were in power and didn't do anything to protect abortion if that is their big concern. Like they were like, "Oh, you need to elect me to do that to protect abortion," and yet you were already in charge and you could have done things to protect abortion. Kevin, thoughts on that? Or
Yeah, I mean, I don't. I think that we assume the president has a lot more power than they do.
yeah,
The president just can't just declare things to be laws. It has to actually go through the Senate and
yes,
the Congress, and that's
yes,
actually who you should be concerned about who you elect. Um, I mean, you want somebody that's basically the president is just a spokesperson. You know what I
yeah,
mean? You want
yeah.
somebody
No,
that's
that's
well
it. A
spoken,
figurehead. Yep.
that sounds like they know what they're talking about, and that's
Right.
really all they do. And I don't know why we fight so much about who does and doesn't get elected, but whatever.
Yeah. No,
And
that's right.
yeah, I see one of these people here said that Florida did not legalize weed, which is a little weird, but I mean, whatever.
You do you.
hmm
That's it.
I
You got
always
to
thought
pick
of
your
Florida
state.
as being like kind of a wild place, but it seems like that everything's still against the law there. It's
Yeah.
like Texas. It
Yeah.
kind of has a reputation of a wild place, but it's still against the law to pretty much do anything. So
Yeah.
whatever.
You do you.
hmm
I'm down for less laws as a general rule, but
Right.
you know, that's one of the things is I was, debating with somebody at work and they were like, "Oh, we need to make it that, abortions are protected by law. And my thing was, you want government to be in charge as long as they agree with you.
Right.
And I'm like, how about we don't have government in charge of that at all? Like, you just choose what you want.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't get to be in charge because they keep wanting to give government power to protect their rights.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's a dangerous road. Now,
Well, I
saying,
mean, I'm always
Chuck, the
in
Bill
support,
of Rights, right? The
yeah,
Bill of Rights,
I'm always in support of things that the government can't do.
right?
You know what I mean?
Exactly. Now, if that's how they write the laws, I'm down. The
That's
government
not how they write
can't
laws, though.
do this,
Not
but
anymore.
that's not how they do.
Yeah.
I'm in charge. I get to decide about who you can marry, and you need to come to me. And then, all right, we need to protect this. Well, how about the government has no business in marriage? I like that one. That's the one I'd choose.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think that that was a big thing with gay marriage. Whether it was legal or not legal, and this shit and that shit. And I mean, that's the kind of trouble you get into when you start implementing religious practices and regulating them by the government. The government shouldn't be in charge of regulating anything
Religion
related to marriage. That's between you and your church and the person you want to marry.
There you go. You do you, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's just a mess out there. It is the bottom line. Now, how do you think? Do you think it looks like, are we still thinking that the Republicans are going to control the House? Is that a thing, or is it?
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah,
it still looks
like
that
it.
way.
It's still not. It's not clear yet.
Nothing's
but
firm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think they have a shot at kind of trying to get them to take him out, unless there are always a bunch of Republicans that secretly hate Trump too, though. So there's that. That maybe would go the other way. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I don't think they're going to do anything about it. I think Trump is elected, and that's just how it is.
Yeah, you think we're safe
when the people that's supposed to be how it goes. You know what I mean,
Kevin? With the popular vote, it was a mandate. Are you willing to say it's a mandate?
A mandate. Well, I say that when people elect somebody, that's who gets elected. You can't change that shit afterwards.
That's how that works.
People try to do that, but that's not really how it works.
They said it kind of put all his legal cases on hold and stuff, and like everything just kind of went away. But as far as his trials and accusations and whatever, I don't know. You can't sue it or whatever, pursue a sitting president. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I mean, he can pardon himself. So I mean,
well, technically, really he can only pardon himself from federal crimes, though. Like New York,
right?
Their own thing. I mean, I'd just stay the hell out of New York. I gotta say though, like New York saw it as a big win. Like, oh, we can, seize Trump Tower or whatever. We can do whatever and make money. But I feel like you did more to hurt business in New York in the long run. Like,
by prosecuting fraud.
Kevin. No,
I mean, he was found guilty of committing fraud. So, I mean, I feel like you can't just let people commit crimes and not do anything about it. That's not helpful for business. That's not helpful in any way.
But you're just going after political opponents, because the banks, thing is, they didn't give the money to the banks who they felt that were defrauded. Mm-hmm. They just kept the money for themselves.
Right. But I mean, there are 5,000 other people in the past 20 years that were convicted of the same crimes that got the same penalties.
No, that's not really true, Kevin. Shame. Yeah. This is why we lose listeners over and over. Kevin is like my Achilles heel. I don't know. Anyway, so that's the excitement in the world. Anything else? Are you fearful for America, or are you optimistic for America? What's your?
Well, I mean, I'm just as optimistic and fearful as I have been. It's not. I mean, I don't think much has changed in that area. I am optimistic. I know other Americans. Other Americans that I encounter seem to be like good, decent people. But I think it'll keep going that way.
Yeah, America will stand for another 4 years, or no?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. I like that.
We'll see how it goes. by inauguration.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a crazy world out there, is all I can say. All right. Well, I appreciate you guys sticking around.